Hi, my name is Megan Griffith, author of Recovering from Mental Illness here on HealthyPlace. So today I want to talk about something that's really close to my heart, something that I've actually personally been dealing with a lot, pretty much forever, but especially recently, and that is the difference between guilt and shame. So for a long time, like growing up, I always assumed those emotions were the same. I was more or less told that those emotions are the same. My mom's a big fan of saying that guilt is a parenting tool, which personally I would disagree with, but largely her use of guilt was actually not guilt, it was the use of shame. So let's sort of discuss how those are different, and then we'll get on to like how it impacts me or you as a person, and then what we can do about it. So first of all, guilt is when we feel bad because we did something that negatively affected someone else or the world around us in some way. So guilt is an appropriate remote emotion a lot of the time. So like if we do something to hurt someone else, we might feel guilty because we know that we didn't want to hurt them and we're upset that we did. We're not perfect people. We're going to do things wrong, and guilt is a signal from our bodies, from our minds, to let us know we are not living up to our moral code. And so it's important in a lot of ways to be able to feel some guilt. Shame, on the other hand, has a lot less to do with our specific actions and how we're affecting others, and a lot more to do with who we are as people. So when we feel shame, we feel as though we are bad, just inherently bad. For me, shame makes me feel a lot of really crappy things. It makes me feel unlovable. It makes me feel defective. It makes me feel broken and horrible in every conceivable way. And that really sucks. Nobody wants to feel that way. But for a long time, I thought that I had to feel that way because I thought it was guilt. I was feeling guilt because I was clearly doing something wrong with my life, with who I was as a person. And so I thought I had to feel that guilt because guilt is supposed to help us grow, right? But this wasn't guilt. This was shame. And so how that has affected me as an adult, it has pretty much shaped my entire personality. My whole personality is based on making myself smaller and making myself, acceptable to other people and trying to just do things right, so that I don't have to feel that shame, so that if I just do things well enough, then maybe I won't feel the shame. But remember, shame is not actually about our actions. It's about who we are as people. So no matter how perfect I act, it's never going to make a difference on how I feel about myself, because how I feel about myself has been tainted by shame. So I don't have a ton of advice on how to deal with this because, like I said, I'm going through this right now. I'm finally acknowledging how much of an impact shame has had on my life. And to be honest, that's huge. If that's where you are right now, good for you, because it's really hard. It's sort of like Pandora's box, once you acknowledge like, oh crap, like I really haven't liked myself or loved myself for a really long time and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. Like once you let that out of the box, there is no putting it back in. And that's really hard to do, but it's absolutely necessary if we want to get better and feel better. So that's where I am. That's the step I'm in. I'm hoping that I progress to other steps about, actually feeling better about myself instead of just acknowledging that there's a reason I don't like myself very much. And I think I'll get there someday. It's just right now I'm taking it one step at a time. And the first step is just acknowledging what's going on. So if you're there too, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know that, I'm not the only person dealing with all this shame, guilt stuff. I think it's a problem a lot of people are dealing with. So, there's a great community here on HealthyPlace to discuss some of these issues. So feel free to share there.